Welcome back, club members. It's that time of the month where we present the wines to you. It's very uncertain times at the moment. We're thinking about all of you all over Australia, and whilst we're in our sort of isolation zones, we remain strong and positive in bringing you great champagnes and picking all the things that are going to make you happy. So this month we're going to look at Back to the Future. It's going to be stepping in between two time zones, which is going to be 2012 and 2007. And we're going to see what happened in those two harvests. So you've got two vintage wines coming to you this month. So super exciting. So producer number one that's coming to you this month, and for all of our lovers, we are looking at the producer called Paul Bara, based in Bouzy. They've got they were established in 1833, and they've got some amazing land holdings across that. There's about 32 different little vineyard parcels. They produce about 100,000 bottles a year, which is nothing on the grand scheme of things, but the quality is very high, and they've got really old vines from sort of 35 to 40 years. So we're looking at this amazing ripeness that comes from that fruit, but this beautiful temper of that using freshness. So we'll talk a little bit about that in a moment. Paul Bara, who ran the winery for many, many years, handed it over to his daughter Chantal in 1986. He was mad about the region of Bouzy, so he wrote a book on it, and he also built the cellar that they have at their estate, which is still there today. So our first time point we're visiting is 2007, so we're going back. And the wine is the Grand Millesime. It's the 2007. We're looking at predominantly Pinot Noir, so we're looking at 90% Pinot Noir and a little bit of Chardonnay, a little bit for freshness. Paul Bara actually holds back any Malo, so what you're getting is that they're looking for longevity for the time frame to shoot forward, and they want that roundness and suppleness in the wine that's captured at harvest, all that ripe, lovely fruit, to be balanced by the freshness of the acid. So this is gorgeous. They farm everything sustainably, as natural as possible. They're not mucking around with things they shouldn't be, and it's all about finesse. It's finding balance without doing too much to the wine. So I love that. So where are we at the moment? Which time frame are we? We've just gone from 2007, now we're jumping forward into 2012 by a house known by many of you. I know some of you love Gosset, but Gosset were founded actually in 1584, one of the oldest champagne houses in existence, long before the bubbles were even there. So they were making still wines and things like that. The main guy here that is so fundamental to the house is Jean-Pierre Marinier, and he was with the house for 33 years, and he pretty much developed the overall style that's still in effect today. Odilon Lavan is the new winemaker. He took over after shadowing Jean-Pierre Marinier for 10 years, so he knows how to make a good champagne. And what we've got here is history, tradition, and they only have 1 hectare of land to their name. Yes, they actually buy from 200 different growers across 60 different plots. And Jean-Pierre Marinier knew all of the names by heart. Now that's impressive. Okay, now we're trying the wine from Gosset. It's the Millesime 2012, or Millesime, however you want to say it. We've got this beautiful line of acid. It's this malic acid that's sharp and green and crunchy. And if I draw a line parallel to the Paul Bara wine in 2007, where they had that super fresh, crunchy acid there, I've got it in 2012, but it's 5 years younger. And it's only had about 5.5 to 6 years, like the Paul Bara, in aging as well. So when you open this wine, you'll see green apple, you'll see fresh almond, you'll see some pear, all this lovely primary clean fruit. As it ages, what you'll start to see is not so much similar things to the Bara, but you'll see some development, some softening, some ripening, perhaps even some spices starting to emerge. That's what you're looking for with wines like this, and they can last, trust me. I love the snap, the freshness of what it offers. I love that it's got longevity. I love the bottle and the style of what they do. We saw it at the house, it was amazing. And it is about 70% Chardonnay, 30% Pinot, all the greatest vineyards across the Côte de Blanc, from all the great Chardonnay areas like Vertus and Le Mesnil-Surgé and Chouilly and all those places, and the same for the Montagne de Reims for the Pinot Noir. So really, really smart wine, and 2012 was an 8 out of 10 vintage. 2007 was a 7 out of 10 vintage, so both really good. Super excited to see what this gives you. So we've just arrived and we've got 2 wines, 2 years, 2 very similar styles but 2 different profiles. One's a grower that owns all of their land, and one's a negociant that buys all of their fruit practically from other sources. What we're seeing is 2 years, 2 producers, 2 amazing styles of wine coming together and drawing a beautiful parallel between these time frames. For those of you who get to see both of these wines, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And for those of you who don't, feel free to jump online and purchase the 2012 so you can see what we're talking about. These are amazing. I'm super happy to have them with you. Enjoy them. Have a great Easter, and we'll see you next month.